Welcome back to Green Bee Explorer. Today in our pressure cooker we are making sweet potato mashed potatoes. Let's get started. First step I'm going to take is washing the sweet potatoes. I personally like having the skins on sweet potatoes, so I'm leaving them on and washing them. After washing the sweet potatoes, I cut off both ends and cut off any pieces that I don't like. For example, this one had a funky looking, little growth to it I didn't like, and when I cut it, it was a little bit yucky on the inside. So I completely cut that off, but as you can see, the rest of the sweet potato is perfectly fine. After I cut all the ends I did not want off the sweet potatoes, I take the ends and I throw them into my compost bin. This I will later take out to my compost. And I definitely recommend getting a compost bin, because when you grow veggies outside, they will do a lot better from compost than just normal soil you would buy from your local store. Then I cut the sweet potatoes into smaller pieces. These are about silver dollar size, half-inch size. For those who don't know what a silver dollar size is, it's about a bite size. I cut up about 2 pounds of sweet potatoes. Now I'm going to transfer them to my pressure cooker. Now that they're in the pressure cooker, I'm going to add some olive oil to prevent sticking, and it tastes good. And I'm also going to be adding 2 cups of water. Cup number 1. And cup number 2. Now adding the lid. This is in Insignia, so I'm gonna be cooking it on chicken, which is the high, and I'm going to change the cook time. I'm going to change that to 10 minutes. Because I have 2 pounds, I'm going to have 10 minutes. If I had 1 pound, then I would only do 5 minutes. And we'll press start and make sure our pressure tab is back, our steam tab, and we'll get the step away and do something else. That something else could be looking at flowers or raking up the leaves. Nah, I don't like that idea. How about just taking a walk? We got to get a nice walk in. Let's get back to our pressure cooker. The pressure cooker finished cooking, so now we're going to release the steam. And always release it with something on your hand. It's extremely hot and you do not want to burn yourself. Let's take a look inside. Oh, everything's nicely cooked. It's still boiling a little. The next step I'm going to take is straining the water from the sweet potatoes. Next, I will add 3/4 stick of butter. That's 1. There we go. Let that kind of melt in there, but it'll also melt with the sweet potatoes. Now let's get the sweet potatoes back in. Okay. And we'll clean that later. Now the fun part, mashing. So I'll keep mashing and show you the results. And the last thing you add is some cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so I tend to put a little bit more on. In my opinion, you can never have enough. And because sweet potatoes are naturally sweet, I really don't need to add sugar. It's up to you if you want to, but that's something I skip. After a little stir, we have created perfect sweet potato mashed potatoes in a pressure cooker. So I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and make a fun comment. And I hope you enjoy more of my videos. Thanks! So here's the bonus video I promised. The last thing I'm going to do in the pressure cooker is I have frozen salmon right here, and I'm going to be placing it face side down into the container, and we'll be putting that in the pressure cooker. So I'll show you those step by step. So what I did is I put some olive oil down and then put some of my favorite seasonings. You can choose whatever seasonings you like. And then I'm going to take the frozen salmon patty and place it upside down. So the skin is now facing you, upside down. And as they start to defrost inside the pressure cooker, they'll start soaking up those seasonings. And the olive oil helps for nonstick. I placed a cup of water along with the trivet inside the pressure cooker. Now I'm placing my container. Hopefully, there we go. Now it's sitting. So now the fish are sitting nicely. I'm going to put my lid on top. I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to set the timer on high chicken. On high chicken. And we will set that for 10 minutes. Oops, there we go. Press start. Going to double check that the steam tab is back. And yes, we did set that for 10 minutes, just like we did with our sweet potatoes. And you could have cooked them together if you wanted to, but I showed them separately. So we'll see how it comes out. Timer went off. Let's take a look. Oh, that looks perfect. The skin's falling right off. You can see it's starting to peel. And we have a nice marinade underneath with our salmon. So you can either cook them separately or with the sweet potatoes I showed you earlier. Bon appetit!